Namaste everyone, and welcome to my channel. I know it's been a while since I've done my first full moon reading, and that was in Pisces, and I am calling in to do more readings, more new moon, full moon, so I plan to be back on track with this, starting with this video. So we're welcoming in the full moon in Taurus. And it's not just any full moon, it's also a lunar eclipse. So this is a really big time and season. For the lunar eclipse, that means the sun and the moon are closest to the north node. And the north node is all about your future, your destiny. South nodes are karma, ancestors, and that side of it. So we're talking about our future, our destiny. And Taurus, as we all know, is very stubborn, very materialistic. But the beauty of this is being grounded in who you are, in the earth, being luxurious and giving yourself that luxury that you deserve, but also remembering where the ego and self-love, where they can kind of become toxic to each other, and knowing the boundaries. At this time, don't allow yourself to hold a lot of judgment is coming to my head, but really stubbornness. Be open-minded. I feel that if we're too stubborn in this time and in ourselves, that we're not going to be open to receive whatever the future has in store for us. So this is a really important time to breathe if you're feeling any rejection or stubbornness in a conversation or discussion with somebody, and understand there's multiple sides to feelings and situations and stories. Everyone lives their own reality, and remembering that and honoring that and not burning bridges because of stubbornness. And also, this is a time of like income, home life, money. Always remembering that you are abundant and you deserve everything that you have, and that it's always enough, not coming from a mind state of lack or that it isn't enough. Know that it is, and that you're right where you need to be, and we trust in the guides and the flow of life right now. And that is in our relationships, how we treat ourselves, in our home, in our material world. And just another side note, if you are feeling a lot of rejection to something somebody said, or wanting to tap into that bull side of you, to go out in nature, reground yourself, recenter yourself. Taurus are very earthy beings. We love the earth and all that it has to offer, and knowing you can always take time to be by yourself with the earth. Go on a hike, go sit by a waterfall, go do something to get you out in nature, and preferably do something exercise-wise, like a good long walk or something like that, just to get out of your mind, back into your body, and ground back down to yourself and who you are. Right? So, with all of that beautiful information regarding the Taurus and the full moon, remember this is a time where everything is coming to completion. Everything we went through the Scorpio new moon was heavy and dense. Know that it's coming to a close. We're moving into Taurus. Don't allow that heavy denseness to follow you into the Taurus season, because that's where that bull mentality will come through. Allow all of that to complete, to release, to end. Know this is a time of ending and moving on into our next chapter, our next season, and honoring our bodies and doing what we love, and giving ourselves a little more self-care maybe than normal. Go have a spa day, go to a yoga class you normally don't go to, do something for yourself, honor yourself. Yes, so with that, we're going to move into a very short meditation just to clear the energy. We're going to do 3 pick a card readings today, and at the end I'm going to do an overall empowerment card just for the collective something to empower you through this next 2 weeks after the full moon into our next new moon. So if you didn't see the photo, our card choices are for you to do a pick a card is the Starseed Oracle, Moonology Oracle, working with the moons, and the Rose card Oracle. So these are the ones we'll be working with today, and like I said, when we're finished, I have these beautiful magical times with all these amazing fairies to do the whole empowerment message for everybody. So with that, I invite you now to close your eyes, coming into a comfortable seated position. You could be in a chair, on the floor, laying down on your bed, or on the floor. Just take a few deep breaths. Become centered. Find your grounding. Feel whatever you're seated on beneath you or laying on. Begin to cultivate maybe your question for this full moon or a message you feel you need to hear. Allow any other stresses, worries, things to do to just leave the mind. Focus on what question, what message you would like to receive. Taking a few more deep breaths. Coming back to your body, back to your presence. And we'll move into our first card reading. Alright, so starting with the Starseeds, if you picked the blue deck, this one card message is for you for this full moon in Taurus. Let's see what message Spirit has to say. Alright, so 2 cards actually fell out, and I trust and allow the universe to guide the reading. So if there is more than one card, there is more to be said or heard for this message. So we got 2. The first one was Earthed, and it says learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. In the world, but not of it. I don't know if you guys can see, that's the image. She's kind of isolated up on this crystal bubble, it looks like, learning to be human in the world, but not of it. Okay. Be interesting to read what that has to say. And then the other one is we the Hathors. Hathors. I am not good with some of these pronunciations. Which is deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. And I can show you that card there. So let's see what these messages have to say. I think deep love, mother's milk, very luxurious. Let's see. Earth is what we'll read first. The challenge for all souls having a human experience is to be in the world, but not of it. To realize they are souls having a human experience and be fully conscious of it. To have their soul fully embody their body. People's personalities tend to relate to either transcendence or immanence. Those who lean toward transcendence have a longing for the heavens and the metaphysical. They yearn for a personal experience with God and to be lost in the heavens. They're envious of the angels and are more comfortable praying and hanging out with the stars than on earth. Those who tend toward eminence have attached themselves more to earth and their body. They spend more time thinking about things in this physical world rather than connecting with the heavens or their own inner mystical world. Being a fully embodied soul having a human experience means finding the balance between transcendence and immanence, being in the world but not of it. Most starseeds are drawn towards transcendence. They're more comfortable with the angels and the heavens. Life on earth can be very difficult for them. If this is you, you're being reminded that you choose to be a soul in a body on earth. And you're being called to focus more of your energies in the physical world to learn how to be human, a soul and a human body, fully present in what life on earth has to offer you. And some journaling questions you can ask yourself. Do you tend to long for the stars or be more in the physical? And how can you find greater balance between the two? So I find this interesting because in Taurus season, we are very grounded. We are in the physical. And sometimes we're too much so in the material and what's real. We lose the metaphysical, the heavens, the connection to divine source. So this, to me, this is a message of reminder to find that balance between the two in this time of Taurus, where it is super grounded, super earthy, super physical and material. And so we'll move to the next card. Okay. Birth is a portal that ushers in new life. The Hathors are here to remind you that you're a child of Cosmic Mother and you're being called to be held by her deep, never-ending love and embrace. This is a tender, nourishing card reminding you to receive the deep, deep love of the Mother's embrace. The Hathors, I wish I was not saying that so wrong. I'm sorry, guys. Know that the journey on earth can be rocky and lonely at times, but you're being reminded to rest more deeply in the Mother's arms. This is a card of extreme potency, of femininity, of creation, and of birth. You're being called to the Mother yourself, and to mother yourself and others too, to surrender to your sacred femininity, to create and surrender to your own creations, to hold and be held. You're being called to remember your place in the web of life and to realize that the Cosmic Mother is watching you every step of the way. You may be going through a transition right now, moving from one way of being to another. If so, you're being reminded that you're cradled in a sacred container, that you're more held than you can possibly imagine, and you have access to more love than your heart can bear. If you're struggling in any way, you're being reassured that things will work out. Open yourself up to receive the overflowing love of the Cosmic Mother, flooding toward you from every direction. Let it stretch your heart. And your Starseed activation, you can say to yourself, I allow the deep love of the Cosmic Mother to wash over me. I am loved. I am held. So this calls to that nurturing part, right? The self-love, the taking care of yourself, the luxurious part of this Taurus full moon. Being that mother for yourself, embodying your femininity, your sensuality, catering to yourself and loving yourself more than anyone ever could. Keep in mind, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Thank you so much for listening to this Starseed Pick a Card reading. If you want to listen to the end for your Empowerment Collective message, please go ahead and you can skip to that point now if you would like. All right, on to my Moonology card pickers. If you picked this stack, welcome, and I'm so grateful and happy to have you right now. So let's see what Spirit and guides have to say to us for this new moon, full moon in Taurus. All right, guys, we have gotten a full moon in Cancer card. A personal issue reaches resolution. You guys can see that. All right. I think this might be a good message. Hopefully, if you have some issue, this is gonna, bring it to a resolution, good or bad. So let's see what message the book has for us. So we're a full moon. A personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. Things are likely to get very heated, as full moon in Cancer is a very super emotional sign. So there could be something of an explosion of feelings around now or surrounding your question. It's important to be sensitive to other people when you pull this card. There are some very fine sensibilities around, so tread carefully as you move towards your goals or dreams. This card indicates an especially feminine time. It also heralds the time to deal with any family issues coming up. Nothing to worry about. It signals a challenge is now coming to an end. This card also suggests both that a domestic matter or private issue will soon come to a head, and that it's a great time to move house. The answer to your question lies in being a kind leader. This is the time for you to step up and agree to overcome your insecurities. Attune to the moon message. It may be best to move towards what you want in a sideways manner. Additional meanings for this card. Meditate to soothe heightened emotions. Don't be clingy. Stop sulking. Have you had enough family time lately? The teaching. The heightened emotions of the Moon-Cancer combination can't be ignored. However, Cancer is one of the Moon's 2 home signs, along with Taurus. So, astrologically speaking, the Moon loves to be in this sign. In fact, she rules Cancer. This means that with this card, there's a sense that all is as it should be, or don't worry, all will soon be well. How interesting that it's a home sign to Taurus. So tapping into those emotions, not allowing everything to blast out of you, to not plow through, to not be that bull energy, to feel, to come back to your femininity, your sensibility, you're in touch with yourself, and taking everything with a grain of salt and trusting that there's a resolution, everything will come to a point of closure and ending. So very nice message, and I love that it says meditate to soothe heightened emotions. This is the time for yourself. Connect with the earth, close your eyes, breathe, be in nature. Notice the feelings, notice the emotions. Just remember not to react from them. All right, guys. If this was your card and the deck you picked, please remember, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Thank you so much. If you want to skip to the end of this video to see the empowerment message, you can go ahead and do that now. Hello and welcome to all of those that picked the Rose Oracle deck. Thank you for being here. Let's see what Spirit has for you. 2 cards. The Starseed deck got 2 cards as well, so very interesting. Right, so the first one, ooh, very earthy, very powerful. Plant yourself here. Integration, embodiment, grounded action. And the other one is the fertile void. Inner winter, rest, patience, potency, secret beginnings. Wow. Gosh, the inner winter, we're moving into winter. Plant yourself here, grounded, being grounded in the earth. This is all Taurus energy right here. Oh, I'm so excited to read what message the book has for us. Let's see. Plant yourself here. Invite your soul to come all the way in. From your knees to your nose, cheeks to your toes. Fully embody your life. Drop the defensive walls. Let your soul land and occupy each and every cell. Anchor all parts of you into the here and now. Life is here, even when death is here. Birth isn't possible without it. And you came here to birth this world anew. Don't you remember? Fully commit to living this life. Put your 2 feet and your ancient soul wholly and completely in. This is the card of the one whose commitment to being the bridge between heaven and earth, the embodied mystic. They know that they don't need to denounce either heaven or earth. Rather, they are a weaver of worlds, here to embody their soul more and more with each new day, here to weave the sacred back into everyday life. This card is an invitation to commit more fully to your life as a soul having a human experience, to invite your soul to grow roots that reach deep so that you can grow tall, to commit to your humanity and your expansion at once. The rose invites you to embrace all stages of life on earth, from the buds to the bloom, from the cutting back to the fruit. Her body and sweet scent are an embodiment of heaven, the nectarous reward of being here. The rose reminds us to take a moment to properly enjoy the sweetness, that heaven really can be a place on earth. So your inquiry question is, how can you commit more to your life? And this is so beautiful, this message of being both divinely guided and here on this earth, and being sacred and connected to both, growing your roots deep so that you can grow tall, and how it is all channeled and all connected. This is an amazing message, beautiful message. Remember to stay grounded and yet connected, and that you're here to guide. I love that. So let's see, the fertile void. Right, this is an auspicious card. It holds the potent golden seeds of a new beginning in the aftermath of an end. We're called to have patience and enter a state of deep rest, repair, regeneration, and acceptance, to let a part of our lives, or even who we once were, metaphorically die in order to seed, sprout, bud, and bloom again. There's often a letting go, a grief, or mourning involved, a death of self, or what once was, the ending of things that were once important, relationships, jobs, identities, ways of being. The fertile void asks that we honor endings to begin again. It's a crucial part of growth, and new isn't possible without it. In this card, you can see the golden seed cradled in the dark, fertile womb of the soil. It's easy to mistake this phase of growth as one where nothing much is happening, but beneath the surface of the winter soil, things have never been more active. Winter is a phase of intuition, renewal, and rebirth. When we're going through a period of inner winter, we experience this too. We metaphorically go underground by coming to a standstill and allowing ourselves to recover and rest. We don't realize it, but this is the most important part of our growth. and it takes faith and surrender to do it. Trust the sureness of the soil. The new is being woven around you, having to micromanage every move, without you having to micromanage every move. Trust the sureness of the soil, be cradled by the great mystery. This is a very tender, powerful time. And the question for this card is, how can you surrender into the great mystery? Wow, so what I really love about this is that was all Scorpio season that we just went through. A lot of deaths, a lot of drastic endings. And taking all of that and transitioning to this full moon, that's all over now. And now this is the time, full moon, Taurus energy, to honor yourself, to feel the ground, to know this is a time to renew and evolve and to grow. And that even if you're feeling right now very alone, that a lot of things have ended, know you're not alone. It's a process, and everything will unfold as it should, when it should, and you're just in this beautiful state of fertile growth within the earth and coming out as a newer, better version of yourself after. So that is the Rose Oracle message for this full moon in Taurus. Like I normally say, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. And we will move into our empowerment message for the collective. All right, moving into our empowerment message for this full moon in Taurus. Let's see what Spirit has for us. All right, so we got manifestation. And a dragon and a unicorn. Oof, some strong energy there. Your dreams have untold energy. Open the door and let them live. Desire and belief are your power. Today I acknowledge that my life is expanding and new doors are opening. I will let go of unwanted past experiences, forgive and be grateful for lessons learned. I will be filled with a vision of everything that I want in my life to be, do, and have, and let the magic happen. I give thanks in advance for all the blessings on their way. So that is your empowerment message, manifesting, acknowledging new doors are opening to all the drastic endings that might have happened during the last new moon cycle. So with that, we will close. Thank you all so much for watching this video today. If you enjoy, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you all in my next video or energy reading. Either way, sending you all so much love, so much light. Bye, guys.